But yeah, inspired by like Chris Van Vliet's 7 questions that he posted on Twitter. Like I wanted to pick a couple of those and maybe we could like say our answers. Um, in reference to Chris Van Vliet's 7 wrestlers theory, we're gonna pick a couple of these. Uh, Dylan, what is your favorite new wrestler?
Um, Ricky Saints for me. He's new to me because I'm
Yeah,
not. I don't watch anywhere else, right? Like we've had that conversation a lot.
yeah.
Dude, the way he just his matches are a story and they're so fun and it's just like you get what I mean, right? Where it's like when you watch him fight, it's just like it just feels so good. I'm not gonna say it's on the level of Johnny Gargano NXT, but it's that style of like drawing you into a match over time.
Yeah.
And by the end you're like you feel so fulfilled,
I totally agree. I love Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks. I'm very familiar with his work in AEW. He's trained with like Cody Rhodes. That's why people think he joined the dub in the first place. But he had great rivalries with like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and stuff in AEW. So like he is a talented superstar for sure, and he is gonna carry like WWE on his back one day, maybe. But yeah, I would have to say like my favorite new wrestler is like Javon Evans because I like we've already established that I'm familiar with kind of the independent scene and like some of these lesser known companies like GCW and DPW and stuff, and Javon Evans, formerly known as Jay Malachi in DPW, like he was insane, and to be snatched up by WWE at such a young age at like 19, 20 years
he
old.
just turned 21, I think,
Yeah.
yesterday or today. Like he,
Yeah.
he can now drink a beer.
Yeah. What?
Bye.
So,
Bloody Mary.
yeah, Javon Evans is a talent and a half, dude, and I'm rooting for him.
I like that a lot.
And now to take a very sharp turn, who's a wrestler that you miss the most?
It's gonna.
Let's get
I don't want
sad.
to. I don't want to harp on it too long because it's sad. It's Bray Wyatt. You know how much I love Bray Wyatt.
Oof,
You
yeah,
you you know the connection I had back when we did our old podcast.
yeah,
That was my favorite wrestler at the time. I've always liked the themed wrestlers in a sense where it's like he is fully playing a character. There is no blurring of the lines like there is with John Cena and Randy Orton and The Rock, right? Like the lines are blurred between those people's reality and their kayfabe, but like Bray Wyatt was just a kayfabe entity and he was a character.
yeah,
Wyndham and Bray Wyatt were nowhere, you know what I mean, like in that sense. And
yeah,
he just every time he played a new character, it was beautiful. You had the world in your hands. He had the fiend. And then you have like the Firefly Funhouse. Like everything he did was so fun. I remember when the Firefly Funhouse happened. I don't remember if it was you who didn't like it or if it was someone else, but I remember going back and forth like, dude, why do you hate this? This is awesome. This is everything it needs to be.
yeah. I would say the wrestler that I miss the most. Um, you kind of took it as a literal sense. I took it as like this guy has been on the bench for a minute because he suffered a broken leg. But Eddie Kingston, he's one of my favorites over in AEW, and I really think that he's a one of the talented spirits over there that keeps that soul of that company alive, and his return would be electric on John Moxley right now.
Well, if you would have asked me that question like 3 years ago, it's Kyrie Sane. You know
Yeah,
that. And if you asked me 3 months ago, I miss Rusev because he's in AEW and I don't watch. So it's like when that question was asked, because I remember we talked about doing this a little bit before, right?
yeah,
Um, the first two that came to my head were people that have come back to my viewing experience. And it's like,
yeah,
I can think of the comebacks. Who did I just miss? And then Bray was the first person to pop in my head.
yeah. But I mean, for our third and final question, Dylan, who is somebody you're rooting for the most?
Ooh. that's because you can take this as like, who are you a big fan of, or who do you think deserves to succeed? Because
Yeah.
there's like a Bailey answer here, and then there's like a young talent answer here, right?
Whoa. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, right? Where it's like I'm root like, because if I'm going the Bailey lane quick, it's because I want her to get what I feel she deserves. She deserves to be in that echelon of Charlotte and Mercedes and Becky,
Yeah.
right? But also on the young side, like Trick. We've had this conversation about Trick where it's like you're a play to your talent. Like if you think about other sports where it's like teams that play down or up to who they're with, right?
Yeah.
He is that, but in wrestling, where if you give him nothing, he gives you nothing back.
Yeah.
And you have to be a riser in those moments to get that gold at the next level, which I think he can. Like the triple threat with Obafemi and Javon, and just the Javon Trick stuff been amazing. The Carmelo Trick stuff was awesome. And
Yeah.
it's like people didn't like the Trick versus what's his name?
Oh, Eddie Thorpe.
Is that the white guy with the beard and the shit-eating grin?
Maybe. He was involved in that like feud with Obafemi and stuff.
Oh no, dude, I'm gonna get mad if I don't remember this.
But
Man. You do yours.
yeah, my answer will be answered later on in the show when we talk about Raw. Welcome back to Pod-a-Mania, baby.
No, I don't.
If you haven't caught it, my name is Eddie. His name is Dylan. You can follow the podcast at Pod-a-Mania. Oh, yes. All ego.
I did not like the Ethan Page, Trick Williams little back and forth.
But
that little whip match. That was crazy.
Yeah. So you can follow the pod at Pod-a-Mania Pod. And this is a weekly wrestling show where we talk about SmackDown from last week, Raw from this week, and then whatever happened during the weekend, if there was anything. You can follow us personally right over here. And yeah, just to briefly cover one of these moments over the weekend, I did attend TNA Rebellion 2025 at the USC Galen Center, and it was a fun little small show. Saw some very talented people, and then some other people that I hated. People in the pre-show were like Tommy Dreamer, who has a stupid fucking man bun thing that I sorry if I saw him backstage.
You can't do it. You've been there.
If I saw him backstage, I would have committed what he wanted to Paul Heyman at WrestleMania 17. There was also fellow podcaster O'Shea Jackson Jr., who I shouted.
Amy Hartwell.
Yes.
Oh,
she signed to
okay.
TNA.
So signed to NXT too.
Well, you know what? I missed that segment because I was getting beers before last call happened.
Wow.
You know what?
You wonder why I say you hate women.
I'm a good partner. I got me and my partner alcohol, baby. But yeah, I saw the Hardys, Ryan and Nick Nemeth, FKA, Dolph Ziggler, Masha Slamovich, Joe Hendry.
How funny is Jeff Hardy doing the Kendrick dance, man?
Dude.
It's the funniest thing. It's my favorite thing on Twitter right now, man.
Yeah.
People are spamming it and I'm not mad.
Also, fucking Elijah, FKA Elias, is in TNA now. And
how pissed is Kevin Owens?
He just wrestles like the Undertaker now. His finisher is the Tombstone Pile Driver. He did the old school.
That's right. Or the old school, sorry.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, this is crazy. You are way too small to be doing these high impact moves. And dude, then I saw.
How mad is Kevin Owens that he changed his name and went to another promotion? How mad is he, dude? Is there a third? Is that the third brother?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I also saw the GOAT of the Ultimate X match, Leon Slater, who did that crazy dive off of the metal thing.
Get caught.
and he didn't get caught by Matt Cardona, that fucking two-tan asshole.
Wonderful, probably a wonderful guy, and felt terrible.
Yeah, probably. But that was a BS ending to that match. Fuck Moose.
Yeah.
Like, Leon Slater is the champion, and I hope that gets reversed tomorrow. The Rascals and Ace Austin with Sean Waltman, FKA X-Pac, was very fun. I got to do the suck it thing. I got to be a total mark because they did like the Fame Asser and the X Factor, and like it was fun. Like I said, Masha Slamovich had a match because she is the TNA Knockouts World Champion. She had a match against Tessa Blanchard, which I participated in. She's a racist chants.
Nice.
Some people tried to counter with no, she's not.
She is.
It didn't last very long.
This reminds
People
me of,
also chanted CM Punk. We want Cena. Cena sucks. And just like they just completely disregarded this match. It was terrible.
Yeah. That sounds good. It reminds me when Hogan came out at Raw and me, Matt, and Devin were all booing and saying we hate racism and we hate racists.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad to know the wrestling community can come together on one thing.
I told my partner about the chants that some people do at these shows to like Tessa. Some people do it to Booker T too, where they go, Tessa, we coming for you.
Okay, we coming for you when he walks out. Dude,
Yeah.
The best part is when he laughs at it because he's just like,
Yeah.
you guys got me. You guys got me.
But SmackDown last week was great for the first time in a long time. I feel like
I have news from PW Insider. I believe it is Dave Meltzer. At the end of May, Eddie.
What?
Eddie, at the end of May, SmackDown's going back to 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
Dude, we've been begging and crying and being on our knees like, Hunter, please, 3 hours is so long for this show. And then they put on a banger and make me be like, man, maybe 3 hours can work if you care. But we know they're not going to care because we know this is just right before a PLE. We know we're getting suckered in. So they're going to give us great 3-hour TV so that USA change their mind and they make more money.
Yeah. I mean, I also feel like Netflix is going to drop out of their deal too because nobody's fucking watching the PLEs on Netflix. Everybody's still on Peacock and stuff.
In America, it's not available on Netflix. That's why.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
but
only,
think about the audience that they're trying to play to.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is like, if it was on Netflix, imagine the American Netflix numbers.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
The WWE is like crying about they need to get out of this Peacock deal. It was
I don't
great
know.
at the time.
I like
I
like Peacock better, to be honest. But let's
PLEs
get back into SmackDown. Let's reel it in a little bit. I know we're loose a lot. We're loose guys.
We are just two guys who get loose and talk about wrestling
with each other.
We
loosen each other up.
We talk about smacking down.
We get raw, smacking each other down, and we're so loosened up because of that.
You had me, and then you lost me.
Almost like a young Randy Orton and John Cena. Because they were like wrestling soulmates, and then they lost each other because Cena went off to Hollywood, that fucking rat bitch. And this is gonna be the entire feud this time, you know? It's like, you've lost your way, dude. I've hit you with the RKO out of nowhere twice now.
No, dude, him going like, you need to be a father. It killed me.
Dude, get some bitches on your dick.
He said, he said, you don't fuck enough. That's what Randy said right there. That's what he said, dude.
He did say
He
that.
went, you don't hit enough. You need to have some kids. And then John goes, I took care of all their kids for 20. Dude, I love what he's doing, and the fact that it's annoying me means he's doing his job.
Yeah. But Cena versus Randy Orton is made official for Backlash for the last time ever.
Ever.
I think we make our predictions for that next episode.
Next episode.
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
we're back in person.
Yes. Meanwhile, Fraxium makes their SmackDown debut
I told
against
you guys are fine.
Los Garza, and
Told you guys are fine.
it's great for them.
How cool is it that they were randomly thrown together for a tournament, and it has turned into getting on the main roster together
Yeah, dude.
and being one of like the fan favorite tag teams? Have you seen their Twitter interactions recently?
Yeah,
The 100 men versus a gorilla, and then Frazier goes, Fraxium can fight a gorilla.
Yep. And then Axiom said, "Please tell me you didn't set up that match.
And then USA Network responded
We're
and
working
said,
on it."
we're working on it. Oh, man. They're good at social media. They know what they are. They know that they weren't meant to be this, but it's perfect for them.
You know what viral moment they should do?
Hmm.
The Spider-Man kiss. Like Axiom should hang upside down and kiss.
Yeah, they should do. Fraxium should do the Spider-Man kiss. That's what you can name the episode.
That's what I'm naming the short. Yes.
Oh, dude, that's terrible. But also imagine he's hanging off the ropes. He's hanging off the ropes upside down.
He's in the
Frazier's getting up from the mat slowly. Oh man, we had too much fun.
And that's how they tag.
Every time.
Jade Cargill lined up to challenge Tiffany for her world championship there on SmackDown. Their match was interrupted by Naomi because she's not finished with Jade.
He's not finished.
Nia Jax also attacks Tiffany. I'm disappointed.
Jade Cargill's so jacked. Oh my god, dude. I actually watched this segment. I was on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I was with the lady. You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and you rewatch.
The lady.
Watching, she comes out. I'm just like, God, she's so jacked. Oh my god. And then good match, dude. There was a spot they had where, oh man, it was basically a pop-up power bomb that I didn't know Jade had. And oh no, I think it was like a handstand, dude. It was crazy. I was just like, oh, they have this. This is, oh, these two are gonna be fun when they actually get a chance to have a true rivalry.
Yeah.
Because they basically just teased like, hey, these two could fight really good together, and then had Nia attack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody knew that they were gonna have that chemistry, and I'm hoping Triple H saw that and went, ooh, future plan.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know why. Okay, fine. Do a best of 3 of Jade and Naomi. I'm not mad at that.
And hopefully 3 is the triple threat.
Maybe.
You get what I mean?
Maybe. What the fuck is going on with Nia Jax here?
I have tried to hide this from this podcast because I did it too much on the last podcast. I don't like her. I don't like her. I'm not a fan. Her character isn't cool. It's not fun. And I understand people are like, oh, she's a heel. You hate her. She's doing her job. Yes, but she broke my favorite wrestler's neck, man. And ever since then, I can't look at her the same because she's an unsafe worker. She broke Becky's nose. She broke Kyrie's neck. And I don't want her anywhere near Tiffany Stratton because this is a gem. This is a young talent, and I am so scared that she is going to be unsafe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so disappointing. It's like she's gotten better. I'll give her that.
Yep.
But I just am so uninterested in what she brings to the table. I have brought up instances of how there are certain wrestlers that do need to reinvent themselves, and I'll bring up another person that needs to reinvent themselves later on. But like Nia Jax is probably one of those people. Charlotte is one of those people. I sent you a post that Charlotte wants to bring out more of an Ashley side of her and a real side of her with the fans. With like, I would almost want like Charlotte in a better than you Bebe situation where she gets put with somebody completely opposite of her and she has to deal with it.
Because I just can't. I'm gonna say this, and I feel bad is the wrong word, but like we don't resonate with you.
Yeah.
I think one thing she is going to struggle with for her whole life because of her wants to be liked.
Yeah.
People don't like nepotism. I'm sorry that you were born being Charlotte Flair. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to sympathize with you even though you have been handed your life as the nepo baby to Ric Flair. You shot straight up. And I'm not saying you weren't great. I think she's one of the best women's wrestlers to do it. But like you said, I think her era came and went, and the fans are gonna we're not gonna resonate with you after you called yourself the nepo queen. We're not. How am I supposed to resonate with you when you showed who you are in that moment? You have to accept that you made yourself a heel in that moment forever.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate that we're just repeating storylines too, because it's going back to the drawing board with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton here, and I just Raw is getting all these new talents. Why isn't SmackDown like
They got for Axiom.
yeah, I don't know. I
But I get what you're
they
saying.
need to shuffle. They need to shuffle it around a little
Well,
bit.
they did
Like
get a new talent. We're gonna get to that.
yes, um, but then LA Knight is cutting a promo on Jacob Fatu with the Drew McIntyre interference, setting up Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight for the end of the show. Um, what do we think here?
Um, I mean, we saw later. This is just a continuation of these two with Jacob Fatu, and I'm kind of upset about it. But what I wish they would have done is I wish they would have just had it be Drew. I don't want both LA Knight and Drew here. I want Drew the Bloodline Hunter, right? And like they're teasing it. They're dangling in front of us like it's a little like this little pancake, little carrot on a stick, and they're like, "Hey, Bloodline Hunter." Oh, but LA Knight's here. You have to deal with LA Knight. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I for somebody who thinks that Jacob Fatu, like completely is, in the place where he should be right now in the like bringing, swag to the U.S. title.
Oh, that title matters now.
Yeah. And hey, congratulations. We predicted that because we talked about like does the U.S. title needs to be more relevant, and it
You can
is.
go back to the Shinsuke era, which is not long ago, where we're on mic saying it should be Jacob Fatu.
Hey, you mind if I catch a vibe real quick?
Go catch. God forbid a white boy catch a vibe.
Yeah, Ho's mad, but Ho's mad that Zelina Vega is our new women's U.S. champion. What a surprising thing.
They said that they didn't say much behind the closed doors either. Like it was like a
Yeah,
surprise to a lot of talent, which is awesome. I love it. I've been secretly holding this one in, like that I want her to get a championship. You know, like
yeah.
she
She
deserves it.
she totally deserves it. It was unexpected, and the fact that Zelina Vega now gets this opportunity to be presented with a like with a title and see how the market kind of adapts to her and how she
Mhm.
can adapt to that new champion position, champion title. It's very cool. I hope Chelsea Green kind of does something interesting with the Secret Hervis. Maybe I don't want to turn quite yet with the bodyguards on
Neither do
her
I.
or her on the bodyguards. I
It's still too fun.
yeah,
Or is that the perfect time?
you fucking switched. You prick.
Oh
You
no, it's always been fun. It's
no,
always been fun.
you fucking prick. If you go back in these fucking episodes, be viewers.
Always been fun.
No,
Always
this guy
been
right
fun.
over here
Always.
has never
I
once
didn't
in
respect
his
the title.
life
I didn't respect the
respected a
title.
woman that we've
I
talked
didn't
about
respect the title.
in the last
Liar
5
Valkyria.
minutes.
Liar
He
Valkyria.
hates women.
I love Zelina. I just talked up Zelina Vega. You're smoking on that shit that made. Ooh, ooh. We're gonna stop there before I get in trouble.
But I'm smoking on that shit that made Aleister Black's entrance. Aleister Black makes his debut on
How
Friday
cool that
Night
he comes back.
SmackDown.
How cool is it that he comes back the night Zelina wins the championship?
Dude,
That's special.
it's so special. It's so cool seeing two people in love like Aleister Black and Zelina Vega and Nathan Frazier and Axiom is so cool
Yep.
on SmackDown. But he takes out The Miz, who, yeah, he's not
Insane.
afraid to take the fall to, apparently. Because that was going to be Joe Hendry's setup feud, but that was scrapped. Uh,
I love that Aleister Black just didn't say, and he just stared a lot, and then kicked him in the mouth, and then sat,
yep,
and then left. And
he's
I
a
was
man.
like-
He's a man of few words.
and then I went, man, I forgot that this is kind of his character. Thank God he's an unreal wrestler.
Yeah,
Like I can't. Once I see him have matches again, I will love his character because it'll fit.
he has
when
good
that-
promo work too.
I know, but it's just that's what you see on the first time back for the newer audience. It's just like, what is this guy? Because he's
Yeah.
done some great promo work back when he was in the WWE. I've heard that. I think it was House of Black in AEW. That I've heard that was good. But yeah, I'm excited to have him back.
Yeah, I like that he's back on SmackDown. I like that there's kind
I
of
think
more
SmackDown's better, too.
single middle talent going on there. He's a good up and comer for the U.S. title, good up and comer for like a Rey Fenix. Like we have these great athletes that complement each other really well because we might have seen them wrestle in the past in a previous.
No, that's never happened. That's never happened anywhere ever. They've
But
never fought before.
speaking of people who have fought before, but still brings you back to moments of your childhood, moments like ratatouille in your mouth, Dylan. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship ladder match. Wowzers, Dylan.
Before we get to that,
What the fuck?
why did you go? No, because you skipped over the actual match of Drew McIntyre, LA Knight.
Isn't that the main event?
No, the main event's the TLC match.
Oh. It
Drew
ends.
McIntyre,
It
LA
ends in a
Knight.
no contest. Jacob Fatu interfered.
No, the reason I want to talk about this, I'm so tired, man. I expect a DQ before I expect a finish to matches now. I'm getting tired of it. It's okay to have people lose. People can get pinned. It's a fake. It's fake. You're obviously making it so obvious it's fake, and all the talent hates it.
Yeah.
You're doing the show. What's the show? The full behind the scenes show where they leaked the WrestleMania shit.
Yeah, WWE Unravel, I believe.
Yeah, you're doing WWE Unraveled. It's fake.
Yeah.
They can lose. No one cares. Like, dude, I want to grab you by the face. I want to grab you by your big ass head because you have a
Your
big ass
big
head.
bald
You
head.
have a giant bald head, and I want to grab it sometimes. You're jacked. don't get me wrong, you'd kill me, but for those 3 seconds, I want to grab your head and say, people can win and lose.
Yeah.
I'm tired of DQs. Jacob Fatu looked dope with the shiesty on. He looked really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to get that out. I'm so done with the no contest thing. It's 2024 and 2025. I feel like it's all I see. All I see is DQs. I think I would love to have a spreadsheet with the numbers.
Yeah.
Because it really feels like
Cagematch.com.
50-50.
Yeah. But
Not a match of the year.
yeah, now to pretty much one of the matches of the year so far. SmackDown Tag Team Ladder match between Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, versus Motor City Machine Guns versus the DIY. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a terrible joke. But yeah, they wrestled really well against each other. We already knew that, but they are phenomenal. Putting on amazing spots, amazing connections the entire time. And honestly, this could have gone any which way, and we would have been happy.
I am so happy with the way it went, though.
Yeah.
I'm so happy Street Profits get to keep the belt. It's like I told you from the jump with that, like, they kind of need them. They need them because it feels like without the belts, their gimmick of I'm better than you can't exist because then they're not better than you. You know what I mean?
Ouch. Maybe they need a scarf.
I hope Ciampa's okay. I think he took the most bumps by a lot. Like,
Yeah, he did take a fall, and then he shaved his beard.
yeah, his beard did disappear.
His beard is gone. Yeah, he
I
tripped.
didn't like that. I did not like that his beard is... No, but like, oh man, he took the spear, the call back to the original TLC.
Yeah.
He took Montez
Which Angelo
Ford.
Dawkins took all on his knees, by the way.
Yep. Oh my god. Oh my god. But he took... So Ciampa took that. Ciampa took Montez Ford over the ropes through the table where Montez Ford almost missed because how athletic he is.
Yeah.
Ciampa took a couple spots to the floor. Like, I felt like throughout this match, I'm like, oh my god, Ciampa's gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh man, just an
Absolutely.
unreal match.
No, absolutely phenomenal work there, not including AJ Styles. But SmackDown was great, and let's skip the fisting and get raw with each other.
I don't like this thing you do.
Why?
It makes me feel uncomfortable, man.
Sometimes you egg it on though, and like.
Oh yes, yeah, I know.
So, pick a side, bitch.
No, I'm gonna be like Triple H and not know what I'm gonna do next week.
You never know my next move.
How am I as a fan supposed to know my next move if Hunter doesn't?
Well, let's talk about Raw. Sami Zayn.
$15,000 jacket.
We start off the show. We are not in France, but Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman start off the show, trying to explain what they did. Damn it! Why are they together? What are they doing?
I need Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman to never go to that tanning salon again.
Why?
They looked orange, bro.
Oh, that wasn't the color they looked.
They did not look... No, I'm going to say orange. I'm going to say dark orange.
This is orange.
I'm going to say dark orange.
Listeners at home or second screen viewers, if you could look at my t-shirt, I have orange right here. They don't look this color.
Dark orange.
They look more like your t-shirt, Dylan.
Purple?
Sure.
Yellow?
But Sami Zayn confronts this faction, not about the terrible tans, but about their evil. You know, they're doing things the wrong way. He's gonna do things the right way. There's no skipping steps for him, And to get back to that original question that we posed at the beginning of the show, that's the person I'm rooting for. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn will be the next World Heavyweight Champion by Mania.
Ooh, that's crazy.
By or at Mania.
That's
Like, he's challenging for the
mm-mm.
World Heavyweight Championship, and he's
I
going to be the winner.
don't hate that at all. I love how they're calling out Sami Zayn for just being Roman Reigns again. I love how they're having Sami be the first person they confront. He's the perfect first person to confront. Right. Just because the person who's been with the bloodline, he's been through the most, he's never had a world championship, etc., etc. Um, man, they're doing great work. They're doing unreal work over there with this exact story. I don't think they're gonna add anybody.
I don't think so either. They don't need to be honest.
They
Like,
don't.
this faction is pretty good on its own, and this entire beginning segment of Raw pretty much set up the main event, which was Sami versus Braun Breaker, which we'll get to at the end of the show because it's the main event.
I love how they told a story through the show and wrapped up a story in the show. They don't do that a lot anymore.
They don't do that a lot.
But when they do, it feels really good. They used to do that a lot.
But now it's a little stepping stone.
That was really nice. Like, that was
Now it's a
cool.
little stepping stone because I think Braun Breaker will also be the World Heavyweight Champion by SummerSlam.
So, Sami Zayn take it off Uso.
Nope.
You said that Sami Zayn was going to be the first person to get it.
No.
But you said that was what you said.
No, I said Sami Zayn is going to be the World Heavyweight Champion. He's going to challenge or be the World Heavyweight Champion by Mania 42.
Okay. So you think he's going to beat Braun Breaker?
Or Seth Rollins. Yeah, or...
How does Braun Breaker get it if Seth Rollins has it?
Because Seth Rollins will eventually want to challenge Jey Uso, because hopefully there will be talent there. We'll get to that. Challenging for that belt. And I think Braun Breaker will turn on Seth Rollins in a Evolution-esque way. Because, you know, they're pretty much just setting up Braun as a Paul Heyman guy, and he's going to be the next World Heavyweight Champion for a little bit. Because
I like that they're making Paul Heyman just the biggest scumbag.
Yeah.
It's perfect, man. He is no longer the wise man. He's a scumbag.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. And I can't wait for Braun and Heyman to leave Seth.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's going to happen.
Yeah. Next up, we had Rhea versus Roxanne, which was announced earlier on in the day, and I was super excited for this match. You know, it's the first time ever, and they did some real graps, brother. Let me tell you about that.
And
but
guess how it ended?
In a fucking no contest.
I'm over it.
As Julia interfered, then Io Sky came out to help, setting up a tag team match over on NXT, which I didn't watch. Did you watch?
I watched clips, and man, Io is just so good.
She's so over. She deserves to be champion. It's so cool.
Dude, I've been doing this. Did you see my tweet on the Pod-a-Mania account?
Yeah.
This is my 3-point celebration, dude. It's so fucking awesome. I got non-wrestling fans, my teammates on the bench, doing it back to me.
Yeah. But next segment, we have another scumbag, social media scumbag, Logan Paul. He comes out because it was announced he's going to do a promo. He's going to address his enemies, make a statement, make a proclamation, make an apology. I've made a severe lapse in judgment. But Logan Paul, his special segment was he wants to challenge Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash. And I just gotta say, this is my what the fuck moment of the week. What the fuck is this shit? What the?
Can I make this my what the fuck moment of the week too?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This is crazy.
He doesn't need. Why are we giving him this? What did he do to deserve this?
The only argument I have seen, which I do agree with, is they're giving an already over face Jey Uso of a heel with a lot of heat, Logan Paul. Yeah. It's an easy easy cheer boo first victory defense for Jey Uso. Because we will not want Logan Paul. Like, Logan Paul, canonically, story-wise, it makes sense. He just defeated AJ Styles. He defeated a former world champion. So, does it make it any better? No. Jey Uso deserves AJ Styles, actually.
I can't wait for our post-show pod, man, where we're all just so mad he had that match.
Yeah.
We're gonna hate it.
War Raiders defeated Street Trash with a little interference by...
Wait, we call Finn Balor and JD McDonough Street Trash too?
Are they Judgment Day? What are they?
I don't know. I was wondering because I thought Street Trash was just Liv and Raquel. I don't know how they do this anymore.
Yeah.
It's still the Judgment Day when Dom comes out.
I don't know, dude. You think I know? I don't know.
I want them to quit it. Have Finn just absolutely destroy Dominic already in a segment so Dom can win at the pay-per-view because you're going to have Finn take the pin.
Yeah.
It's Finn Balor, dude.
But I don't know. The Penta stunted on Judgment Day, stunted on those hoes. Judgment hoes. Homent Day? Street hoes? Ho trash.
Street hoes.
Trashy hoes.
That's too far.
Why? I'm referring to Finn and JD McDonough.
Homent Day.
Homent Day? Okay.
Homent Day.
Judgment ho?
Judgment ho.
Ho judgment.
Well, those hoes lost to the War Raiders. We'll say that.
Yeah.
In a fun match where Penta did his walk on the announce table, and it was awesome. I walked like that when I walked down the hallway before our pod. I was doing that. I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a Raw tag match. I wish they would have brought Fraxium to Raw.
No, I don't.
The Raw tag division needs it.
Figure it out.
Yeah,
SmackDown. You want to prioritize Raw you want to prioritize Raw's tag team on WrestleMania over the ladder match? Fucking bozo, figure it out. SmackDown gets Fraxium. Fraxium is Friday nights. Friday night Fraxium, Friday night fuck you.
Speaking of a Friday night, fuck you. Becky Lynch is back doing her annoying ass promos. I hate her Irish ass voice. Go home and be a mom, man. We don't want you here, bro. You and Charlotte. Becky acts like she's so much better than Charlotte.
I'm so disappointed that I'm so disappointed that we're getting Becky Lynch versus Lyra for Backlash. This is a terrible rivalry. And honestly, I want to see something more interesting for Lyra.
I'm sorry, you can want that, but what you're actually gonna do is you're gonna sit your white ass down. You're gonna sit your white ass in that chair, and you're gonna watch Becky Lynch beat Lyra, and then watch Becky Lynch versus Bayley at a big pay-per-view.
Becky Lynch.
But Becky Lynch. That's the thing that should push Bayley over, right? No. Becky Lynch grabs her. I get my own creative pen. I'm going to beat her again. That's what we're going to get. And that's what your white ass is going to like. Because Triple H is with the headset on and not anybody else.
Hey, and then we're gonna get Becky versus Stephanie Vakir, and then Stephanie Vakir is gonna win, and Becky's not gonna want to take that pin, and then she's
And
gonna
I'm gonna
go
be so
home
happy.
and
I'm gonna be
fucking take her baby to
so happy.
pre-K.
You know what? Stephanie Vaquer was almost my like new favorite.
Yeah,
I love her, but she's 32.
she defeated Ivy Nile on Raw. Next up,
Right, I shouldn't talk about her age like that. I apologize, but I didn't know she was 32 because I didn't know that her old work. I
yeah,
didn't realize she was like an experienced vet in the game. Like
yeah, dude,
that's like when you don't pay attention to the indies like you do or other promotions. Because I know she was on AEW for like one match,
a
right?
little bit, yeah,
Yeah. Like I know she had been in other places, but when you think NXT, you think at least 20s, right? You don't think 32.
yeah,
That's why I think she's on the expressway and she's getting all these main roster matches. I
maybe,
think they're like, she's a little older, she's experienced, she's been there, done that with AEW, and she's really good and she's over. Now is the time to put her on the show. And dude, big ups to Ivy Nile, dude. Oh
yeah,
my god, she is a. I hope she gets a push eventually. I don't like her character right now, but I hope with the way this American made things going with El Grande Americano and everything, like I hope Ivy Nile can get her own lane and get her own thing because she deserves a push. She is awesome in the ring.
yeah. Like I said, Ivy Nile should be facing Lyra. That could be more interesting. It's like there are so many more creative ways you could have taken this title. Like Bailey would have been great. Like Bailey would have been great for this. Or a young
Why?
up and comer. It's
Why
like if
don't
you wanted to
you?
sideswipe Bailey that badly, don't fucking do it for Becky Lynch. Do it for somebody
Well, my
new.
thing too is like, if you want Becky Bailey for a title that bad, have Bailey beat Lyra
Yeah,
and turn heel, and
yeah,
have Becky come back as the face because she got the big pop.
yeah,
And then imagine a Bailey Becky feud where Bailey's the bad guy, Becky's the good guy, and Bailey's on her John Cena, where it's just like, no, you and Charlotte were the bad people, where it's like she's an anti-hero where the fans are gonna be behind Bailey because nah, I'm gonna treat you like trash because how you two have treated me since I've always been that fourth leg of the four horsewomen. And then
yeah,
and then you get the ooh because she's gonna name drop Mercedes. That's when you get the ooh. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They've done it with Sami Zayn. Like
yeah,
that's where it happens, and then it's like, oh my god, Bailey talked. Oh my god, and
yeah.
then it's a big thing, and you had it in the palm of your hands. But nah, man, you had to make it an expressway for Bex because she came back from having a kid, dude. Seth's doing God's work. Please just go take care of the
Dude,
kid.
let's talk about somebody else who had fucking the world in the palm of his hands, and it felt like he's committing a Illuminati humiliation ritual. Pat McAfee is back on Raw, and he cuts a better promo than Ricochet ever has in his entire career,
Yeah.
setting up like him to talk with Adam Pearce and to face Gunther at Backlash now. My only hope, my only thought that it could be a swerve, and hopefully like Pat is like, I'm scared shitless that
Wade.
no, you're stuck on this Wade
Wade.
train. You're stuck on this Wade
No,
train.
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Isla Dragunov. Because I feel like because I feel like Pat McAfee will also say his name funny, and that'll go viral, and he'll get that push too.
His name's Ilya. You said Isla.
It's
Like
like
it's
Johnny
like
Gargano. It's tomato tomato.
yeah.
Gargano Gargano.
Ilya.
Yeah, I don't know why this match is happening, other than what I just said, and
If it is a Gunther and Pat McAfee match, I want Pat McAfee to get dog walked.
yeah, I hope so. I thought this was gonna be a fucking like Gunther write off, have him go off on a little vacation. I don't
Ilya,
know.
dude. please be Ilya. If it's
This
Ilya and you're right, I'm gonna be so happy. But if it's just Pat, listen, I try so hard.
yeah.
Matt hates Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
I try to defend Pat where it's like, listen, dude, you would be doing the same thing if you were him. He is just a wrestling fan who is getting the chance to talk the sport. He's just a color commentator. People take it so serious with him, and it's like, no, you just have to realize everything to him is a joke. He's gonna show up faded and do his job and be funny.
Yeah.
And I think he does well. I think he's very good at his job. He should not be having a match, and if this isn't a swerve of some sort, I want to throw my head through a brick wall.
Yeah.
I love Pat, not as much as I used to, because he has gotten a tad bit annoying. And
Yeah.
then he does not think at all before he says anything. But this should be a swerve. How do you get him to call in Ilya and make it make sense? Not my job.
I don't know.
You get what
Maybe
I
he's
mean? Like,
working with Adam Pearce.
yeah, that's the only thing where like Adam Pearce, because Adam Pearce has been reluctant to give Pat the match.
Yeah.
So Pat comes out, but that speech he gave, you can't swerve after saying that, dude. The shit he said.
I don't know, dude. Let's pick it up here. Let's pick it up on a good final note for the show. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker was set up as the main event.
Sami Zayn died.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn's dead.
He split in half. His head exploded. He's a Family Guy character. He's getting into the fight with the chicken. It's great. I have high hopes for this entire like kind of pool of people we're playing with here in the main event scene of Raw.
How cool would it be if they just did this type of thing almost every episode, where they tell a story in an episode with this group until it's World Championship time?
Yeah.
Because we have to give Jay his time. I think they understand that, and I think that's why they're having him go after Sami Zayn. I think that's why they're gonna have him go after another Raw talent, say along the lines of like
A Finn.
You have him go against like that brand of person, right?
Yeah. I hate
And
that I
then-
recommended Finn.
I'm saying like I get what yours. I don't know if it's Finn, but I just know in general where it's like Finn, either join us or get up because
Yeah.
of because he'll leave the Judgment Day, and that's the Judgment Day.
Well,
will
that's what I'm almost seeing, like Seth Rollins being like, I could be your helping hand. You're failing with these new people. Look what you're left with. You're left with Liv, Dom, Big Head JD.
Oh God, why do I wish Finn would say yes to the deal so bad?
And that's coming from a certified Finn Balor hater in Dylan.
I love Finn Balor.
Yeah, but you don't think he'll ever recover. Pin
I don't
Balor.
think-
You called him Pin Balor.
I love him with all my heart and soul, but I have given up hope that Triple H will give him a chance.
But Seth reigns supreme over Sami Zayn as this rivalry is just getting started, and I have high hopes for this feud. I have high hopes for everything that's going on in wrestling right now, and you know what, guys? I have high hopes for you. Leave your answer to the 3 questions we posed at the beginning of the show if you stayed this long in the comments below. And maybe with like a secret catchphrase, you know? Catchphrase wowzers at checkout to save.
Put wowzers at the end of your comment, and Eddie will send you a personal DM about how much he loves and cares about you.
And that means you can follow us on @Pod-a-Mania Pod and subscribe to the frickin' show, dude.
Subscribe to the show. Watch the past pods. Maybe we do some tier lists. We're gonna do reactions because I believe that they're all coming over to the crib. And you know,
First impressions, reactions, yes.
I just want you to be happy.
And
How
have
you
a good
doing?
week.
Keep moving.
and have a good week. Bye bye.